Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Julia. I'm a contemporary singing specialist based in Australia, and today I'm diving back into some Sleep Token. It has been a really long time since my first time reaction to them with Alkaline, and so I'm keen to hear what musical and vocal ideas are in their track Caramel. Let's do this.
Count me out like sirens, pay back for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on a landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like Prada, devil in my detail. I swear it's getting harder, even just to exhale. Backed up into corners, bitter in the lens. I'm sick of trying to hide it every time they take mine. So stick to me like caramel. Walk beside me till you feel nothing as well. They ask
Okay. So the musical vibe is super different to Alkaline. It feels a lot less dark and grungy, just in comparison to that song. Bear in mind, I know it's been a while, so fill me in on if there's been like a musical shift between that release and then now, present day Sleep Token. I mean, obviously there's still room in the song to go, but I wasn't expecting the beat. It almost feels like a little bit Latin-y, like you got this it was feels very almost clave. Let me double check that.
in my detail. I swear it's getting harder.
Yeah, feels very clave, which is like Latin leaning. So I wasn't expecting that. And vocally, he sounds a little less dark than Alkaline as well. In Alkaline, I feel like he was using a lot more tongue root, whereas there's a little bit more of like a brightness, a forwardness to his vocal delivery on this. His articulation's super clear, and there's a nice little vibrato that is sneaking into. And by sneaking, I mean it's just part of his vocal delivery.
Detail, I swear
Uh,
like Prada, devil.
we hear that oscillation. In order to have vibrato, you're oscillating between two pitches. This is sounding quite clean. We're gonna keep listening. Curious to see if this changes or how this escalates, because this is so far so different to what I kind of had in my mind as far as like what Sleep Token's vibe was, just based off of the one song of his that I have listened to. So, not much of a sample size there, Julia. Let's keep listening.
As well. They ask, is it going good in the garden? Say I'm lost, but I beg no pardon. Up on the dice below on the cards, I try not to talk about how it's harder now. Kinda get embarrassed on stage, looking sideways. Some of your bizarre getting worse every time they try to shove a real name just to get it worse from me. Acting like I'm never stressed out by the hearsay.
Oh gosh, last time the drummer was just like tick, tick, tick for me as well. I adored it. I really like how they've introduced the kit rather than it just feeling like a basic Latin beat now. We're getting some fullness in the arrangement and in the production too. These running on lines though, vocally, like we got to go back and listen to them, because this is exactly the kind of vocal delivery where it's easy to lose track of your breath. And if you're not watching it, you might find yourself running out of steam by the time you get to the end of the phrase. Let's go back and read this.
Getting worse every time they try to shove a real name just to get it worse from me. Acting like I'm never stressed out by the hearsay.
It's a long phrase. It's a long, long phrase. Delivery wise, still super similar to the first verse. I am liking how they have added that kit into the track. It leans it a little further away from kind of like your catchy, almost pop sound, which is what we're getting in the beginning. So I want us to keep listening, but yeah, his phrases running on one to the next, like there's not much space to breathe at all.
Stressed out by the hearsay.
Sorry, I want to go back and recatch that lyric.
2020 hindsight, everybody wants eyes on 'em. I just wanna hear you sing that top line. You don't think I mean it, then I understand. But I'm still glad you came, so let me see those signs. Stick to me like caramel. Walk beside me till you feel nothing as well. Falling free of the final parallel. Sweetest dreams are bitter, but there's no one left to tell.
Yeah, okay. Completely stepping into the rock sound now. I find it interesting though, the amount of space they've left in the arrangement. It gives me this feeling of the voice being there, but almost like the music is underwater. I don't know if people have had this experience like with like dissociation or anything like that, but you can have this kind of foggy awareness of everything that is around you, but it's not like right up in your face. That's almost the feeling that I'm getting from how they've chosen to mix this. The voice is clear. It's not super intense yet. I really want to see where they take this. They've introduced that rock sound, but again, it's almost like it's around us. It's not in our face just yet. Vocally, I might try and break down a little bit more of what I'm hearing, but so far it's the articulation, it's the run-on phrases, the breath work that you'd need, and also there's almost a rap quality to how he rhythmically sits into his phrasing, and it complements and synergizes with the percussion really, really nicely. Sometimes I think it's easy to overlook that you as the vocalist can also have that percussive element, like you have that to contribute as well. It's nice to hear it, especially with those run-on phrases. It just keeps it interesting, keeps building that tension. Let's keep going. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. Wow, there was no warning at all. The setup to drop us into that super heavy section at the end just non-existent. I imagine if you were just like a pop music enjoyer, not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you weren't, if you thought that this was going to be the tone of the whole song and then that happens, you'd be feeling pretty bait and switched. But anyway, before then, I love these backing figures that they got here. Mm. Yeah, it feels so syncopated, which is essentially what that the clave feel gives us. That dun gunk gunk. The entries of these backing figures also have synergy with that too. Where is he up there though? Let me just. Ooh, nice little soft C5 up there. Man's got extension, all right. So just touching a toe into that fifth octave there, that's cool. Super soft. It's hard for me to say exactly what the vocal quality is because it's kind of back in the mix, and there's a good chance that production could have been applied to it. Sounds like a very light first register. Hard to tell with that one. Yeah, let's let's listen to that ending again there. Like the pickup, even the pickup doesn't really give any indication of exactly where we're going musically. It's a completely different vibe. And it almost messes with time too, because you're used to this bunk, kunk, kunk at this point. They've lulled you into a false sense of security. Yeah. The emphasis is so different. And I almost feel like maybe the glitching visuals at the end could be tied into that too, because this ending is musically it's like it's like I'm popping, I'm sad, and I'm dancing, and woo. Wait a minute, no. Brr, and then we have the fry scream. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you were not expecting this, that's that's gonna be a shock. That high schmeagle sound, you hear it with deathcore vocalists like Will Ramos. He uses it a lot. Fair warning, because Lorna Shore is like proper deathcore, melodic and beautiful, and the harsh vocals are insane. But yeah, if this is as far as you've gone, ease into it. Anyway, this schmeagle, it's light and high and thin. In order to produce those sounds, the larynx is going to be in a raised position to make the space smaller, just so that that aperiodic distortion and the airflow that would be going through, that then has a much smaller space to resonate in. I almost want it more forward. Like listening wise, normally I'd be like, is it my headphones? But these are monitoring headphones. So they don't do anything to a mix. I'm hearing it as it was intended. Anyways, part of me almost wants the production to be even more like in your face. I want that pickup, and then I want it to feel like it's like right here. And the fast work on the kick, I want to like feel it in my ribs. And then if there is a step back onto that main line where we have that brief moment of reprieve, part of me almost wants it to feel like I'm gasping for air. Now, this is just for me personally, but I love it when production is almost a tactile auditory experience, but that could just be the way that I like to listen to music and the way that I try to navigate music when I'm listening to it. So that's not like a positive or a negative, that's just like a personal preference. Like we're already taking people through a story where they're going to wind up in something that's unexpected. I think you could take that storytelling to an even higher level by playing with the mix. If this is from an album, maybe this is part of the storytelling across the whole album. That's also not unusual too, where you have a setup that is sort of in one particular energy. This is where things start to sound a little ambiguous, but the tone or the energy from the beginning of the album has lows and peaks and different experiences across the whole thing. It's meant to be experienced from like start to finish. That stuff is also really, really cool. And I'm like not gonna be poking at a song if its purpose is to be able to also fit within that big structure too. But I also think it's clever to have a super catchy song where the range traverses sort of a comfortable baritone, because the majority of male voices, whether they're trained or not, tend to fall within that baritone range. So this is something that so many people are going to be able to sing along with, get in their feels over, enjoy the screams at the end when their emotions start to peak. But yeah, okay. That was my round 2 of Sleep Token. I mean, I guess now I really want to hear more just to see what else they do, because I was not expecting at all kind of like the pop Latin vibe from the beginning. If you had to choose a song that you think is their best track that someone who is not as familiar with the group should listen to, absolutely. Like, you can choose one that you think is the best track and then one that you think is like vocally the most interesting and engaging. Drop those in the comments below because I will check it out. I will. All right. Anyways, that is where I'm going to leave this one today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a like. And if you want more, you can always subscribe. But other than that, as usual, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Certain words, emphasis, and then now it's like, I almost want it. Part of me almost, oh my God, I got like a fluff on my eye. Come on. There it is. There's the fluff. Can you see it? Oh God, it's probably hard to see because I'm so white. I'm just reflecting the light. This tiny little piece of fluff. Curse you. Curses. Ah! When I hear that line, just for it to everywhere again. Apparently there's a lot of spit involved in that sound too. I can't do the fry scream. I can blow some air past some spit though. Bye! Ewy.